Okay, so we are live week 9. Oh, I did want to tell you guys. So I'm going to be in Paris on Tuesday and Thursday of next week. So I created a to-do of how to go live on this thing, and I'll email that to you guys when we're all done with this. That way you guys can do it. It'll be like 3 or 4 a.m. my time. I'm so excited.
Wow.
I want to wake up and do it. So
yeah, I don't blame you.
I'll see how I'm feeling. So keep me in on the emails and stuff. But I'm going to email the teacher and just.
I won't be available on the 9th. Just next Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah.
You guys, you guys could do both meetings on Tuesday if you wanted.
True. If we have time to get both preparation assignments done, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and go over. So, me and Laura were talking about how this assignment was not a favorite. How did everybody feel?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How did you feel about the preparation?
Oh.
Kind of confusing.
Yeah, to me it was.
Yeah, same.
How about you?
Same.
Yeah. But hey, we can always start the quiz and try to figure it out. Like, the main point of it, I think, is the p-value, the null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, and rejecting the null. Just knowing when to do that.
Yep.
I'm really bad at knowing when to do that. I don't know what to do to figure that out. Like, I saw them make the chart, but I don't know what we are supposed to do. Like, it didn't really give an example algebraically.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they did at all. So, but maybe it'll be explained in the quiz. Not. That's
hopefully.
Let's have the manual ready.
I have the book open, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, does everyone want to just open the quiz then? And we'll see.
Yep.
Sure.
How well we know that.
Yeah.
Open. There are 21 questions.
19 real questions.
Yeah, 19 real questions, but 21 technically. And we will need probability applet. The link is provided. Which hypothesis involves the equal? No, I know that one.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's the only thing I know.
I'm pretty sure it means the null hypothesis.
Yeah. Oh, let me make sure that
we type them.
Yeah.
So number 3 is null.
Okay.
Number 4, I'll do that. Remember that the p-value is the probability of obtaining a sample statistic at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed. When computing the p-value, which hypothesis do you assume to be true? The null, right?
The null, yeah.
Wait. When computing the p-value, which hypothesis do you assume to be true? The null. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
I know, I had to reread that too.
I was like, wait, no. But yeah, you always go with the null unless you reject the null.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, he is real jacked for a second, but it's back on track. Okay. Question 5. Which of the following represents the alternative? Oh, because the null hypothesis is H0 is.
Which is null.
Yeah. Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for the two-tailed test?
Two-tail is the
not equal to sign.
Or different, right? Or yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One tail is when it's greater than or equal to. The two-tail is when it's not either of them.
Right.
So
I just remember
the next
two
one
tails sticking out of it. So
yeah. And the next one, which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for a left-tailed test?
What did you guys
A.
put?
I think it's A.
5 is A.
Yeah, because if it's greater than 10 and 10's in the middle, everything
Okay.
Yeah.
is wait
Less than.
less than 10. Sorry, yeah, everything's on the left.
Mhm.
Wait, yeah, because it
Left
gets
side.
smaller as it goes left. If that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Continue with 6.
Oh.
Oh, I can read it.
For 6 or 7?
Which is yeah.
7, right?
Oh, did you guys do A for 5?
Yeah. Wait. A for
No, C
No.
for 5.
C for
5.
five.
We did C.
When
Mhm.
so you guys, when I was asking about it, I was like, so C, and you guys were like A, but you were talking about 6. So
Yeah,
we were
sorry.
talking about 6, yeah.
Sorry.
don't be sorry. Okay, so 5 is C, 6 is A. Okay, we're on track.
Great. I can read 7. Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for a right-tailed? That'd be the second one.
B.
B.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Does everyone know why it's like that?
Yeah.
I just have it
'Cause
here in my
when you-
notebook.
Yeah, when you have the normal probability and the mean is 10, if it's going to be everything less than 10, it's going to be everything on the left. So it's going to tail out to the right. Did that make sense?
The graph, and when you graph it, you mean?
Yeah, when you graph it, it's like shaded little tail to the right when you graph it up. No, I don't
Okay. So
know how to explain it.
then that would be, the mean would be greater than 10.
Yeah. So,
To the right. Yeah, right tail. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
let's read 8.
Okay. Or Laura, Katie, do you want to?
Sure. Remember that we determine the outcome of a hypothesis test by comparing the p-value to the level of significance of, what does that symbol mean again?
Alpha?
Alpha. Use this information to answer the next 2 questions. Which relationship would result in failing to reject the null hypothesis?
So if the p-value is low, you reject the null. So if it's, which one's failing to reject the null? That means p-value is greater than alpha.
Value. Yeah.
A, right?
Yeah, A. Lydia, would you
So
do
10. Yeah, which relationship would, 9?
9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which relationship would result in rejecting the null hypothesis?
If the p is low,
That's
it
A.
rejects the null. So it's B.
B.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, a word problem here. Okay, it says an insurance company is reviewing its current policy rates. When originally setting the rates, they believed that the average claim was about $1,500. They are concerned that the true mean is actually higher than this. Use this information for the next 2 questions. Which of the following will be appropriate alternative hypothesis? HA. I would say
B. C?
C, greater, right?
Yeah, they say the claim. They're concerned that
higher.
the true mean is actually higher. So they say the average is greater than that.
Yeah.
So C. If this doesn't make sense to anyone, like speak up so that we all understand it. Like,
Yeah,
just
none
so
of us
you-
had explaining it twice. But yeah, I think it's just the wording. I hate when people speak in double negatives. Like, I never don't go to the beach. I'm like,
yeah.
what? And that's like,
Yeah,
Just like
that's kind of how
that.
this feels to me. I have to like read it and stare at it for a while to really understand what it means. So I guess it's just too fast, but
yeah. Okay, 11. Which of the following would be the appropriate null hypothesis?
Equal.
Equal, right? A.
They're both equal. The average claim amount is not. Oh yeah, it's A. Yeah.
so null is always equal,
Yep.
right?
Always.
Always. Yeah, because that's the first one, right? We're not contradicting, right?
Yeah.
We're just
The null is like you say if it's average or whatever, you keep the average unless something else rejects the average. It's
Okay.
like that's what null kind of means is the average, the normal, the thing you start with, kind of. So, yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if that helps.
Yes, that does. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's in the manual. It said we assume that the null hypothesis is true until you gather evidence against it. So
Okay.
Okay, Laura, do you want to read 12?
Sure. The insurance company random selects n equals 40 claims and calculates the sample mean of 1650, uses information to answer the next 3 questions. The insurance company assumes the distribution of the sample mean is normal. Is this a good assumption? Yes, because n's 40. Right?
So it says.
it's a good size.
So it's A then. Yeah.
Yes, because the sample size is large.
Mhm.
This isn't as bad. The homework, the prep was way harder than this.
Yeah.
I know, it took me forever.
It took me a long time to get it.
Yeah, I feel like the homework throughout was way harder than this last exam too.
That's true.
Like I feel like I don't know. If
He made it hard, so then when the test comes, we would be very prepared.
Yeah.
And I thought the test wasn't that hard. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's.
It seemed easy, but I didn't get as good a score as I wanted, but that's okay.
It was
Yeah.
just rushing, huh?
Yeah, I just rushed.
I kind of had to rush through mine too. So.
I
thought it
took
was
my
similar,
time.
but I don't know.
Same.
I took like more than 2 hours because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to hit that button, so I went in again and again and again. But yeah,
That's what I
in
was
the
saying.
end, it wasn't that bad.
Okay. I
Okay.
will read question 13. What theorem or law justifies your answer to the previous question? That is
The central limit theorem, right?
yes, if it's a large enough sample size.
It's going to be
Be
normal.
closer. Yeah, I think so.
So B. B as in boy.
Lydia, do you want to take 14?
Yeah, which of the following is the test statistic as defined in this lesson?
The test, is it the X bar or is it the S?
I was thinking the S.
Test statistic. Test, where have I heard that before? We read about it.
I guess we should check our book, huh?
It's U? New? Maybe not. X bar. It's X bar. To determine if X bar is far from the, nope.
Yeah.
We know omega in this case. We can use the z-score to determine if X bar is far from the assumed value. This is called the test statistic.
Oh, okay.
Where Z is the test, Z is the test statistic, X bar is the sample mean, nu is the population mean, and sigma is the standard deviation. So Z is the test statistic.
Oh, okay.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
Are you on
That's hard
step
to
4?
say.
Huh?
Are you on step 4?
I was reading
It's
the book. 4.2, the end of 4.2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I just have to go grab my charger cord real quick.
And it's actually in 4.7 as well.
Oh, okay. I just read it. The first thing that I saw it in. That's interesting. So it's Z. And I guess Z-score and Z are going to be different.
Yeah.
So I can't just do Z anymore. I have to actually write score after it.
All right, I'm back.
So we found out that it was Z.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I don't even know what the test statistic is.
No, me neither.
I can read the next one. The historical mean of sales receipts at a grocery store is 150 with standard deviation of 40. The store manager suspects that the average has decreased. She sets up a hypothesis test with the hypothesis. Null is 150 to it, and alternative is mean is less than the 150. She will use the level of significance of alpha equals 0.05. She then takes a simple random sample of 36 sales receipts from her store and computes the mean. Wait, yeah, that's the mean. 144. What is the z-score associated with this test? Round to 3 decimal places. So the mean, the mean is
150.
And the standard deviation is 40. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's my calculator?
So then you would use the standard deviation formula, right?
I think so.
Standard
But they
deviation
don't
over.
actually give you the sample size. So I think it's normal.
Yeah, we don't have an N.
And we don't have a value. What's the value? 144?
It could be 144 minus.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
144
So it's 144 minus.
minus 150 divided by 40, which is negative 0.15. Did everyone else get that? 144 minus 150.
Minus 0.15.
Wait, don't we use 36 for n?
Where is that?
Oh
She
yeah.
then takes a simple random sample of 36 sales receipts.
Yes, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So it'd be negative 6 divided by, from
How did you get -6? Oh, okay.
144
minus. Okay.
divided by 40 over the square root of 36, which is 6. So it'd be negative 0.9.
Yep, that's what I got. Negative.
Yeah.
0.9.
Hopefully that's right. What is the p-value
Round to
associated?
3.
Oh, but you have to round to 3 decimal places. Should we
It's
write?
okay. You just put zeros after it or leave it. It's trying to trick us.
Yeah.
So how do we find the p-value again?
So that would be 16.
I don't know. Let me look in the book.
Let's see.
P-value. It says the p-value, but it doesn't have an equation to get to it.
Oh, I think, aren't we supposed to just put the z-score in and to the
Is the
applet or
p-value-
something like that?
If the p-value has this. So if it's far away, maybe this is the p-value. Is this the
So-
p-value?
I'm looking at.
4.3.
So I'm looking where. Hang on, sorry. Talking without being ready. So I have examples in the book where they found the p-value. I feel like we can probably just.
Where did you find that? Section 4.7 or?
Yes, 4.7. And then
4.4, 4.5, 4.6.
On one of the ones in the preparation assignment, it finds the p-value by putting it into the applet.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
that's the z-score.
Once you have the z-score.
Oh, we just
The
found it.
z-score from the
Which
previous
is
one, yeah.
negative 0.9.
And then it selects both sides but not the middle on that
Yes.
one, so I don't know
Negative.
if that's what we would do or not.
no,
Well,
you're,
that's right.
you're
You
putting
select both sides, and the probability is 0.368. And that's more.
you guys are putting negative 0.9 in the area. That's what
No,
yeah.
in the
No, it's
z-score.
z-score. The bottom.
Oh right. Yeah.
Because we just solve for the z-score. And so, yes, this does not look like we would reject the null, but do we just, is the p-value the percent of both of those? The outer stuff?
Yeah,
So it's 0.3681 or 368.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
According to that one problem in the review, I mean in the preparation assignment
Okay,
anyway.
that makes more sense because I was like, what's the p-value? I think p is the percentile still, like, technically.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
That's a good comparison.
So are we highlighting both? Tails?
Yes, the outsides.
Mhm.
Okay. 0.3681.
Yep.
So just point
And round to 3 decimal places.
And then do we reject it or fail to reject it?
I think it's fail to reject because if it's low, if
Yeah,
the percentage is low, then you reject it. If the p-value is low, reject the null. That's all I remember from this reading.
Yeah.
So,
So it's, wait, what did you, Say
Fail
So
to
you would
reject.
fail to reject it because
fail to reject. Okay.
it's still pretty high percentage in there.
So they ask you for the conclusion of this problem on number 18.
I think it's we have sufficient evidence that it's equal. So B? Is it B? I think we have enough evidence. Like, I don't remember doing this part.
Where do we get that from? Like, how do we know that we have?
Because if you reject the null, then it means that it wouldn't be equal.
Oh,
And it would
okay.
have to be something else. But since we did not reject the null, it means that the
Then
null is
we have
probably
evidence.
correct. I think.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure.
I have no clue on that one.
That makes sense.
So then just B, are you?
Yeah.
B, yeah, because
Mhm.
if you rejected the null, then you wouldn't use it, and the evidence would say, no, you don't use the null, you use the other one. But if it doesn't reject the null, then what's it to say that it's not the null?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but then we get to type 1 and type 2 errors and stuff. Which is what the next question is about.
There are
two-
two-
Would be type.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no. There are two types of errors that can be made when performing a hypothesis test. Which one involves rejecting the null hypothesis when it's not true?
Type 2, wait, 1.
I think it's
Wait.
type 1.
I think it's type 1. Because
Rejecting
I remember the chart.
Type 1 is committed when we reject the null hypothesis that is in reality true.
Yes,
Okay, so that's type 1.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I just read that.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
So
me too.
type 1's if the rejects the null. Type 2 is if you accept the null, but it was wrong.
Command when we fail to reject the hypothesis that is not true.
Okay, that was okay. Sweet.
So,
I can read the next one.
Okay.
A researcher decided that instead of using a level of significance at alpha equals 0.05, he will use a significance of alpha equals 0.01. Which of the following will be true? The probability of a type 1 error will increase. The probability of type 2 error will increase. The probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease. His experiment will be more scientifically doubt. So if one of them goes up, the level of significance is for the null, right? So if the null's going down, type 2 error will increase. I remember I got this wrong on the prep, and I looked at the answer key and I swapped the answer. But I don't remember what it was. I don't have it pulled up. Does anyone happen to have it pulled up?
I did, but I don't think I can pull it up.
It's like the last question or last 3 questions. It talks about what would happen.
Increase the level 90. Increase the level of significance.
Level of significance. It's like, will the level of significance go down or up? If you're trying to make the type 1 error increase, I don't remember what it was. I can look at the book though.
The question, and I can pull up the answer key because I don't have the answer key. If we wanted to decrease the probability of making a type 2 error, would we need to increase or decrease the level of significance?
Oh wait, I got the preparation answer key. One sec.
On number 4, it says the level of significance is a number to determine if the p-value is small enough to reject the null hypothesis. It is the probability of making a type 1 error.
Oh, so the
level of
smaller it
significance
is,
probability of making type 1 error.
only the type 1 error?
Yeah.
Yeah, on
So
this,
what about for the type 2 error? Does it even do anything?
I'm not sure. That's just the definition it gives on number 4 in the preparation.
So if we decrease the level of significance of type 1, it'll increase type 1's error probability.
I have the answer B. And I just want to make sure that because there's so many of these double negatives. So it says to decrease the probability of making a type 2 error, we need to increase the level of significance.
Wait, so it's B or A?
It's either one of those.
Well, we know it's one. I don't know which one.
I feel like it's A, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused.
It's not B.
It's not B?
No.
No.
It can't be B. Okay, so it has to be A then.
So it has to be A then.
I don't think it's the other ones. They didn't talk about that.
No. Mm.
Yeah, B is the opposite.
So would you explain that once, like the opposite
Yeah.
one? Can you explain just a bit?
So the way I'm understanding it, in this study, the researcher is decreasing the level of significance. And when you decrease, so I'm going to flip it because the opposite. So in this study, he's decreasing the level of significance. In homework, it says if you increase the level of significance, you decrease the probability of making a type 2 error. So the higher the level of significance, the lower the probability of making a type 2 error.
So the higher significance, lower type 2, higher significance, higher type 1.
You don't know about type 1 because I'm just reading about type 2.
But we're assuming it's the opposite,
I
right?
just know it's not B. Yeah.
So the higher the significance, the higher type 1, but that doesn't answer, that's
I
not.
think it's the lower, I think it's opposite of that. The lower the significance, the higher type 1.
Oh, so the higher significance, the lower type 2, the
Uh-huh.
lower type 1, the higher type 1.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
So it's the opposite.
let's do it. We will get that eventually.
Yeah, watch it. It's going to be like huge.
So if alpha equals 0.05, compute the probability of committing a type 1 error. What?
That was when you had to find like the z-score or whatever, but I can never figure out how to, like what numbers to put in on that.
Well, are we using the previous numbers?
So I have the homework, which is the exact answer. Well, not the exact answer, but it's a pretty good one. So the
Yeah, the next 4 questions. No, I don't think, yeah.
the question says in the homework, if we have 0.01, what is the probability of committing a type 1 error? And it says there will be about a 1 in 100 chance that there
Or
be
0.01? It's 0.01
So this answer is 0.05.
because alpha is 5.
Sorry, it's 5%. But
Isn't it just like 1 out of 100 or
Alpha
something?
It's going to be
Yeah.
the same.
that'd be 0.05, right?
I think so. It's either 0.05 or 0.01, but I'm assuming it's 0.05 because it says that.
Yeah. I think it's 0.05.
Let's try it. Anybody have any swaps they
I think
feel they
it's
need?
0.01 because in one of the homeworks,
It said it was 0.05, but it was still 0.01.
it said 0.05, which is a 1 in 100 chance. 0.01 is 1 in 20 chance or something, but if you do 1 divided by 100, it's 0.01.
Well, I have this homework right here. I'll highlight it and I'll screen share with you guys. Which I'm totally open to that, but I just don't know what this one. So I'm just going to keep talking so that you guys can see it, and I'll make the font really big. So this says, if the analysis was done at alpha equals 0.01, what is the probability of committing a type 1 error? There's about a 1 in 100 chance or 1% chance that there's this. my guess is that if it's a 0.05, then it'd be a 0.0. Then it'd be a 5%. No?
It makes sense,
Zero,
but
one.
Yeah.
it makes sense, but I don't really know what it is. It probably is
Yeah.
0.05, but I'm not sure. I have no idea.
I'll put that. If somebody wants to put 1, then
I'm
we
gonna check in the textbook real quick because I remember seeing it in there.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
The most common value for alpha is alpha equals 0.05. This is equal to 1 out of 20. So when the null hypothesis is true, there's a 1 in 20 chance that it will be rejected at the 0.5 level of significance.
So that's still 5%. Because we're not
Yeah. So I think it might just be 0.5.
0.05.
0.05.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So it is 0.05.
That's what I'm thinking. Don't submit me.
Yeah. I
Okay.
guess all we can do is try,
Let's
right?
try and submit it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Submitting.
As a team.
It'll take a while to do this.
Okay, we missed 3, but
We missed 3?
Yeah.
But it wasn't the one that we got wrong.
it was the one.
So- Ugh, it was type 2.
I don't think it was.
Oh,
Maybe
it
it's
was B.
neither.
20 was B, right?
I don't think so. I think it was C or D, but maybe.
Well, I put A. Oh.
I put
okay.
A.
Yeah, and it's wrong.
We also got 18 wrong.
18.
16.
Maybe there's not sufficient evidence on either one. I don't know. And then p-value we got wrong.
So just 16.
And then that's it. So
The
let's retake it.
p-value. So I was suspecting that maybe we should just highlight the one side, the negative side.
But p-value always talks about both sides. When you look in the book, it always highlights both sides.
Let's see.
It always highlights both.
Yeah.
But that's two-tailed. So maybe it's only one-tailed. Oh my goodness. You guys, we're evil. We're terrible.
Why?
Left tail. Yeah.
Because if you look at the chart and we were doing right-tailed, what were we doing?
We were doing
Greater than the
two-tailed.
mean? No, we weren't. We were doing greater than the mean, weren't we? So we need to do everything greater than that z-score we came up with. So it'd be like 0.8159. I think
Ooh.
if we're right-tailed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it depends
So
on
let's go back
what
and
kind of
retake
tail
it.
it is.
And I'll go over the answers with everybody.
Sweet. Oh, where's the twiz?
Yeah, I always have a hard time finding it again.
I know, it's like, oh no, it's gone. Okay, let's do this. So true.
I've got to sign in still.
Oh, you have to sign in again, dang it. I hate doing that. No. Oh, we didn't say which ones we got wrong. Did you write down which ones we got wrong, anybody?
Yeah.
18?
16, 18, and 20.
16, 18, 20? Okay. I was like, 18 and 20. I remember those. No.
Okay, I'm finally back in the quiz.
5 is A.
Oh, so I can go through them with everybody. So everybody's
Okay.
ready to roll? Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
3A. 4A. 5B. 6A. 7. 8A.
What was 7?
B.
As in boy.
Okay. I keep hearing all this loud noise and then I don't understand what you say.
So do you want me to go through them again?
I got most of them. I just need 8 now.
Okay, 8 is A. 9 is B as in boy. 10 is C. 11 is A. 12 is A. I don't know what that noise is. 13 is B, as in boy. 14 is B, as in boy. 15 is negative 0.900. 16 is 0.36.
Well, we got that wrong, didn't we?
Yeah, that one was wrong.
Good call. Back to 16. 17 is B. We'll skip 18. 19 is A. We'll skip 20. And 21 is 0.05.
Okay, let's go up to 20. So it wasn't the A.
So what was 16 again? 0.1841?
We're skipping 16.
We skipped 16.
Oh, okay, sorry.
We got it wrong.
So make sure that you have all the answers except for 16, 18, and 20.
Yep. Okay.
So we can do 20. Researcher decided that instead of using level significance of 0.5, he will use 0.1, which of the following will be true. So his level of significance went down. So if his level of significance goes down, doesn't type 2 go up? Was that what you said earlier? Or did you say the other opposite?
The opposite. That's what the homework said, but let me pull it up again.
Where's that chart? Here it is. Type 2. So level of significance. Significance.
Yeah, I think it's A. It says on the chart probability of type 1 error, alpha, level of significance in parentheses.
Level of significance is the probability of getting a value of the test statistic that is extreme enough that the null hypothesis will be injected. In other words, the level of significance is the probability of committing a type 1 error. So as the significance goes up, type 1 goes up. As significance goes down, type 1 goes down.
So if type 1 goes down, type 2 would have a higher probability.
Type 2 is going to go up then if type 1 is going down. Because type 2 is relying on type 1, I believe.
Are we for sure that it's not C or D?
Probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease. It's not talking about probability, though. It's talking about level of significance. His experience will be more valid. Isn't right either, I don't think. Because if it says here that as type 1 goes up, as significance goes up, type 1 goes up. As significance goes down, type 1 goes down. And type 2 is the opposite of type 1 because they said that as type 1 goes up, type 2 goes down, and as type 2 up 1 goes down, type 2 goes up.
The homework literally says to decrease the probability of making a type 2 error, increase the level of significance.
Yeah. Because the level of significance goes up, that means 1 goes up and 2 goes down, which is what you said.
Right. So I'm saying that's not B.
Yeah, but it says it's going down in the question.
Right. So let's flip it. So to increase. Oh. Decrease.
Okay, we got it. It is 2. We're like, wait a second. It is 2. Okay. Right, we got it. Wait, did that make sense to everyone?
Yeah, it did.
What we finally caught on to? Okay.
So you're picking D for 20?
No, B as in
B.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, What did we pick last time? Because I have it here.
We picked A last time.
I picked A as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because I did it. I'll take the
That's
blame.
okay. Like, I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah, I
until
didn't know
read
either.
up on
It's
it.
okay.
So, I'm like, I have no clues whatsoever.
Okay, let's go to 18.
What is your conclusion? Well, it's not D. Was it D? No, B.
18? We put B.
It's not B. So there's not sufficient evidence for either way. But does it have that answer? We have insufficient evidence that the true population mean is that much. That's true, but we also have insufficient evidence that the true population mean is less than.
Hmm.
Wait, what did we do last time? We have sufficient evidence that the true population mean is this. Maybe it's insufficient evidence
That the mean is.
that the mean is greater, or I mean less than. So maybe we have insufficient that it's less than because the null was not rejected. It's the same answer, but different.
Yeah.
Because it's the same meaning, but different wording. Because
Yeah.
if there's sufficient evidence for the null, that means there's not sufficient for the alternative. So that's the same answer. But I don't know why they didn't keep them both the same.
So 18, B.
It's C. We have insufficient evidence that the true population mean is less than 150. It's the same thing as sufficient that the mean is 150, but it's just said in a different way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. How much is it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's.
So the p-value for 16, we know what we did wrong, right?
Yeah. So what
Yes.
are we looking for? It's supposed to be greater, right? Or which tail are we looking at?
Is it supposed to be greater? I'm looking. It is left tail. And left tail in the book is. Left-tailed is just the left side. So,
Okay, so it was just one side.
yeah, I thought it was right-tailed, but it's just left-tailed. So it's 0.184. Right? Everyone got that?
184.
Yep.
Yeah.
0.184.
184.
Yes. Steve. Okay, we good? We actually succeeded, hopefully.
That was all of them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
just 3.
It's always so scary. You have to push the bit like 3 times, and it
Yeah.
always makes you question yourself.
Really cool.
Are you sure?
We did it!
We got it. Woo!
Awesome.
Good job, guys.
Good job, guys.
I'm gonna post this video, and I'll send you guys the instructions on how to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I can set it up if you guys want next week. So
Sure, that works.
Okay, sounds good.
It's
So
just
that'll
easier.
be, what time can you meet on Monday, on Tuesday?
Same time, 7 or 7:30. I like earlier, personally,
Me too.
mainly because it's really late and I'm tired. So and my brain doesn't work as well. Is 7 okay with you guys?
7
Yeah,
works.
7 works
Yeah.
good.
Okay, let's do 7.
Okay.
I'll try to hurry and get off work and come shuffle over here. So
Ryan.
Awesome.
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks.